Good morning, Coast FM. Monkey and the big fella.
G'day, it's the PM.
Hey! ScoMo! Scotty Morrison, you legend. Mate,
How you doing?
Mate, you made us sweat there a little bit. We had to get through Dua Lipa for 3.5 minutes, wondering if you were going to call. How are you?
Here. Oh, man, I'm great. It's good to be here.
Absolutely.
I'm heading your way.
You are
Literally.
heading our way.
So
We're very excited.
You are coming, so you haven't bought the plane or anything yet, Scotty, but you are heading down this way. Big announcement, 58 mil, which is a lot of cash, coming the Great Ocean Roads way, which is exciting for our region.
Well, that's right. I mean, I used to work in tourism many years ago, and I know that the best way to create jobs in tourism, particularly on one of the most visited stretches of Australia's coast, is just keep investing in the infrastructure. It gets people coming back. The better experience they have, and the more people they tell to come, not just international tourists, of course, but domestic tourists, and this is what creates jobs. So that's what I'm about. I want young people in jobs, more of them, everywhere, but particularly along the coast.
Oh, we appreciate that, mate. A lot of people like hearing that. Now, you were the treasurer, so my theory was, reading about it today, that 58 million is going to jump in. You're a smart man with numbers. Did you consider having 58 million on Winks at $1.22? Mate, you could have got 70 million and you could have thrown 12 million around somewhere else.
Yeah, I would have looked forward to the Senate hearing on that one if I'd done that. But no, I met the Winks' owners last week, actually. They came to see me with 3 Cox plates, and I'm pleased to see they've added a 4th.
Oh,
but the owners are just lovely people.
Aren't they?
It's an amazing story.
Yeah, I mean, they're as interesting as the horse. She's just a great. She's just a great soul.
Oh, mate,
and it's great to see her do so well. And
I'll tell you what, ScoMo, you wouldn't want her, going up against you at the minute to be PM, because I reckon everyone loves Winks that much they just give her the job.
Well, I think I would just ride her around. How about that?
Yeah, like Putin, mate. Go like Vladimir, get on Winks with your top
shirt
off.
off, ScoMo.
That's it. You don't want to see that.
Down on the 12 apostles on the beach, that could have been a great thing.
That's it. Bareback. Bare shirt.
What do you know about Warrnambool, Scott? Like, have you been to Warrnambool itself before? I know you're sort of going to pass through here, but we're a thriving metropolis down here. What do you know about us?
Well, I know it's the capital, the dairy industry as well, and it's got a great provincial history. But importantly, it's all part of that whole Great Ocean Road precinct, which survives off the tourism industry, but also off its primary industries, and it's one part of the country that happily is not in drought at the moment. I've got large parts of the country which are. So down in Warrnambool, they know what it's like when the rural sector goes through tough times. You've had that in the dairy sector, and that's why I think you've got to have a diversified economy. You've got to have things that, when some things aren't going so well, you've got other things that are, because it's only with a strong economy that, people can plan for their own future, have more money in their own pocket. That's why I've been delivering tax cuts, so people can keep more of what they earn. You're going to do a lot better with it, and you can put it on Winks too if you like.
I love it,
that's your call.
If you just joined us, fantastic to have our Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, on the line.
Hey, listen, one of your close confidants, we get him on regularly down here on Monkey the Big Fella, Dan T, and he's a superstar. You did venture to one of the football games with Dan. Did he get you on the Richmond bandwagon, mate, or what?
Well, no, I did go to see the Tigers, and they won that night. So good. They beat Hawthorn, and Jeff Kennett was there, and he was a bit filthy about it.
He would have been.
I didn't buy into it though. I mean, I'm an NRL man, so I love my Sharks up here, but I love sport. I love going to it. So Dan and I had a beer and we enjoyed the game, and he explained the finer points. I've still got no idea what's going on in the ruck, but apart from that.
In the ruck. Hey, Scotty, let me ask you. I mean, ScoMo, your nickname, your catchphrase. Can we call you that? Are you comfortable with that?
Of course you can.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's come to the fore very quickly. But back at school, surely you weren't ScoMo back then. Did you have another nickname? And clear, just so you know,
Scotty Mo.
Monkey and the Big Fella are our nicknames. That's not our real names down here.
They're not. That's not what's on your birth certificate. Scotty Mo was my nickname back at school.
Oh,
and,
Scotty Mo.
So I had a good mate. His name was Scotty Merriman, and so we were known as Scotty Me and Scotty Mo.
Ah, gotcha.
Fantastic.
Now, mate, you are flat out right. You're the PM. I've always wondered, because my wife may be listening this morning, and I try and get out of jobs at home all the time, but just general jobs. Once you become the PM, I mean, when's the last time you unpacked a dishwasher or took the bins out? Let's be honest. And it was 2 bins here last night in my sector of Warrnambool, so it was a busy night.
Well, I am known for taking the neighbours' bins out on occasions, but when I was back in the Shire. But these days it's got a bit busier, I've got to say. But that's it. I help clean up around the place with the girls, but they look after me, my girls and Jenny. They're wonderful.
Oh,
Family,
good.
everything.
You've got a country to run, mate. Hey, listen, have you watched House of Cards? ScoMo,
Yeah, I have. I watched the original one from the UK.
I was going to say, because is that what it's like? I know not to that extent, but obviously there's a lot of things going on behind closed doors and stuff. Like, what is a life of a politician like?
Well, truth's often more stranger than fiction, I think. And but look, there's been a lot of disruption. I know that, and I know people are pretty filthy about it. And that's why I'm coming down there today to remind everyone that what matters is what's going on in your town. What matters is going on with your job and your economy and your future. And despite all that other rubbish, people like myself and my team and Dan are just really focused on getting things done. I mean, that's what matters at the end of the day. I mean, I call it the Canberra bubble. They all get up there and they all talk to each other about what each other's opinions are, and they all think they're all terribly clever talking to each other. But out there, down Warrnambool or Geelong or wherever we happen to be, there's real things going on, and that's what I've got to keep my focus on.
Yeah. Now, ScoMo, final question. You hit it on the head. We are a dairy mecca down here. Have you ever milked a cow? Have you ever been in the pit and, pulled the proverbial, basically?
I have, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah,
I was
right.
a kid. My uncle used to have a dairy farm, and I used to go out and visit it when I was a young kid. And another one actually had a beef and cattle station up right in the middle of far western North Queensland. So I've been out there, but I don't pretend to know one end of a cow from the other, frankly. But there are a few hints that you can follow to probably find your way around.
Yeah. It's not too hard, mate. Hey, listen.
Can I just ask one more? I know you're busy. Who's the most famous? Who's the most interesting person you've ever met?
Apart from us and the big fellow sitting just here.
Did I tell you about a bloke I met at the Invictus Games on the weekend? I mean, you meet. I mean, you catch up with people at the grand final. I got to meet Will.i.am, and that was cool, and all the rest of it.
Will.i.am, yeah, right.
I met a guy on the weekend at the Invictus Games, and he has cerebral palsy, and we were chatting, and I was chatting to his dad, and this guy was the best dancer I've ever seen. And you know how they do the thing in the crowd where you dance and they try and get the camera on you?
Yeah.
He was a superstar, and he's a bloke who has his challenges in life, but he just lives it so full. And he says to his dad one day when he gets home, "Dad, I had best day ever." And he said, "So what did you do?" He said, "Well, Mum, she made bacon eggs this morning. Awesome. Work was great today. And Mum's cooking lasagna tonight. Best day ever."
Yeah.
And you meet people like that, and you just go, how good's this place?
Grounds you, doesn't it? That's right. Spot on.
Absolutely. Hey, mate, we'll let you go. We know you're busy. Our other show, Breakfast Show, I'd love to speak to you, so just hold on. But, mate, if you get time, pack the boogie board. I'm a gun boogie boarder down these ways. Some good breaks down here if you get time this arvo.
I remember Fairhaven. I used to go for a bit of a surf down at Fairhaven. Oh, no, a body surf. I'm not much of a board surf.
No, neither am I, mate. Neither am I. ScoMo, pleasure to have you on Monkey the Big Fella,
good
mate.
on you, Scotty.
Thanks for bringing the cash today, champ.
Good on you, mate.